Hello everybody, this is kind of part 2 to this whole thing with Antarctica. I was looking up information and I'm going to just go through a little bit of this. It says here 24 hours of light during the summer, Norway, Sweden, Finland, Iceland and parts of Canada. The phenomenon is called midnight sun. So you've got to be in the Antarctic Circle. Now Russia's included as well as Greenland. And then it just says that there. And then it shows you some of the countries. Well, countries there. So you've got Svalbard. Well, we're going to look at another bit in a minute because... So then I looked up the 24-hour sun, the midnight sun, and there you are, that's Svalbard. But as you can see, Alaska is now included, so the countries keep growing, the areas keep growing, the light. So that's Denmark, Norway and Sweden, Svalbard's up there, that's supposed to be Greenland, there's Iceland. So here's our map of the world, as they say it is. So we've got Norway, Alaska, Iceland, Finland, Greenland, Russia. So then comes, this is what it looks like on a map. That means that Alaska, Canada, Greenland, Iceland, Svalbard, Norway, Holland, obviously Finland and Russia, that would mean that they all get 24 hours of light, sun or midnight sun. The Shetland Islands off of Scotland. So there it's saying that they get 19 hours of sunshine in the 20, but darkness doesn't descend on the Shetland Islands. So they get light for 24 hours a day if they don't get the sun. They still have this 24-hour period during the summer. Darkness doesn't descend on the Shetland Islands. Yeah, so there you go, they're included. The Shetland Islands get 24 hours of light midnight sun. Jaren worrying about Antarctica not having 24 hours sun. I'm just going to go to one of those maps. Well, on the Gleason map, it goes all the way round. So I suppose what he's saying in his bit is because there isn't a 24-hour sun and in a little bit of Antarctica, if he's gone there to that place, then it can't, then I suppose he's covering that none of Antarctica will have 24 hours sun, so it's not what we think. But, you know, looking at this, all that is 24 hours sun or midnight sun. And you know what? What I'm going to do is this. I'm now including Denmark as well, because when I was in Denmark, I saw the midnight sun. We were what it is there's a bit that sticks out of Denmark up here at the end of Denmark. You can't maybe see it on this map, but it does. They see a midnight sun there, so it's in Denmark as well, and it's in the Shetland Islands. And here you go. Let's just show you. There you go. So it's in Denmark and parts of Scandinavia. So why didn't they kind of include that midnight sun in the other bit? So it's Denmark as well. So if all that has a midnight sun, 24 hours sun or light, doesn't mean they always have a sun, but the light is there 24 hours a day. What does that mean when all of that has it? You know, it's a bit weird really. Depends where he was taken to. Depends even if he was taken to Antarctica. And you know, they have these 3 places they go to, but to drop people off so they can see that little bit of Antarctica. But it doesn't mean it's on the same piece of land. It doesn't mean it's on, well, it could be on 3 different bits of places. If there is a circle of ice. But, you know, lately everybody's been talking about more land. And if all this is 24 hours light with a sun or midnight sun, then that shows you it definitely is not a GLOBE. It can't be that if sort of a good third of the world is, or even more really, maybe a third of the world has 24 hours sun. Yeah. And maybe we're bigger than they say we are, and that's why. But it just boggles my mind that, you know, if you can refer to the north, which they talk about having 24 hours light sun or midnight sun, then what the problem is with Antarctica. And what it actually says is this. I mean, Australia seems to be miles and miles and miles away from us, if you know what I mean. It's sort of down over there. Well, that's saying it has about 15 hours. That is their longest day. Well, I found one a little bit earlier on that said 17 hours, but this one says 16 hours. But I'm telling you, this is what I'm telling you with where I live. I wouldn't say it's daylight out there, but there's still light till 10:30, 11 o'clock in the sky, in the northern bit. So let's say, be graceful to me, say 11 o'clock. And the light is back at 3:30 in the morning. The sun doesn't really turn up till about 4 or 5 in the morning when we're coming up to the longest days. So that's only 4.5 hours. So that makes, it's 19, say 19, it's not 16, it's 19 hours that we get of light. Yeah. Well, I wanted to add into the mix that I went and looked up some pictures, all the maps and everything. But look, here is Antarctica. Here is Antarctica. It's in light. This is in light. There's a bit. It's in light there, and it's in light there. Maybe not all of it. Maybe that's twilight, but that's still light. Twilight. That's why it's called twilight. This one's showing this is all light. This one's showing that parts of Antarctica are in daylight, so it must have down here, you know, like twilight. So great big swathes of Antarctica with 24 hours of light. 24 hours of light. So it's quite surprising really that even if he was here, he'd be in twilight. You still have the light. So it's all a bit bananas to me, the whole thing, because, you know, they lie. I just brought up other countries which have midnight sun. So it's all crazy, don't you think? And look how close the moon is to the sun. Looks bigger than the sun. How crazy is that? But look, this is all light. They have what they're calling Antarctica basically in 24 hours of light. So who's telling the truth then? Anyway, I just think that whatever, it's all just, yeah, we're not a GLOBE. And what does it mean if the only time you can have 24 hours sun is at the South Pole in Antarctica? What does that mean when you have this You have all that light, midnight sun in the north, but they're saying here you only get a midnight sun at the South Pole, but you will still get twilight. So what's the problem?